Oh, well, hello everyone. I am Oracle Unicorn and welcome to Shaman Messages. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Be sure to put something or some in your back pocket. You never know, you might need it for later. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and if you want to be notified of any future videos, hit the bell. And subscribing greatly helps to improve the channel. Thank you. And liking helps the video to move along. All right. So this is a general reading for my feminines. Okay. So this is a wishing well, I was trying to fix this, but then I didn't want to lose my intro and then forget all about my intro. And I was like, no, that's just whatever. All right. That's much better. Holy cow. It's hard to see the angle or everything beforehand. Everything. The box right in the middle. Like what? It's like you can't even see the... Oh, I guess I could have done it in the screen. Well, then you'd have to keep... Anyway. That makes it difficult, by the way. Just saying, YouTube. All right. So... our feminines. What messages do we have for our feminines? Interesting. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes I am not allowed to say anything until after I really have clarification on exactly what I'm looking at. I feel this is why I didn't do y'all's video yesterday. I had severe downloads come in. I feel like it was like a feminine thing. Huge downloads, like realizations of like the past and a lot of connecting the dots and reasonings why certain things happen and how it creates you to be the person you are now. So it was very interesting when it came to these downloads. Because I believe everything happens for a reason. So whenever you have a sense of a plan to do something, and it's not something you do all the time, kind of like procrastination, okay? This is something different where it just kind of happens and you do self-check yourself, but yet it's still just kind of like something in the chain events still make it happen. Just like yesterday, I got through the masculine and the Cancer video, and for some reason, I could not do the feminine. I couldn't get on to do feminine, and this is why you're first. And I feel it's a lot of the reasons why is because there's messages that I wouldn't have been able to pull on now, or I wouldn't have been able to pull on then, but I'm able to pull more now because of certain lessons and connecting specific ties. creating a whole conclusion. It's like literally like writing a whole conclusion in your mind's eye all the way around, and like the Ouroboros, because everything concludes together. It's like being able to see and watch how something unfolds and connects, and how and why everything happened the way it happened. Okay, so it's like you are at your conclusion in that cycle maybe that's been going on since you were in a childhood, that kept kind of happening and keep going, and you were in a sense always triggered by, which is what created you to do the certain things that you did. Okay. Okay. And so now that you've kind of like come to the cycle of conclusion, being able to hit the point of finally everything's laid out, the puzzle is finished. You're at the last piece of the puzzle before the whole picture comes together. Nailed it. And you put the piece down. It's almost like you weren't allowed to know what the picture is, because usually we know exactly what the picture is while we're putting the puzzle together. Well, not this. You had no clue what the full big picture was. You just knew it was important. You knew it had to go through certain small footsteps for the bigger picture to come into realization. Yes. Oh man, feminines, what the heck? I'm not even in your reading. This is full on channel. Oh man. And this is exactly why I could not do a reading yesterday for y'all specifically. Could not do a reading for y'all. Well, once you put that last puzzle piece in and the dragon actually bites its tail, you go through images in your brain, the memories and the process no longer being triggered, okay? And so then it all ties together, and you realize all the way back from childhood why exactly it happened the way it happened, to show you what possibility you would have been or been like, and you would have never been able to see it. It would have been the rest of your life cycle. It would have been a habit or a cycle that would have never changed because of the certain events that happened to show you. Like you had yourself show you what you would have done. Yes, what you would have done if it wasn't for these certain events that was, in a sense, downing on you, caused you trauma. It was because of this trauma is why you were able to see exactly what you would have been if you didn't go through the trauma. Circle, okay? And then you're able, that's where the forgiveness happens. See, this is why I get very specific. And it gets kind of hard because it's just so much. And I have to compact it all the way down to simplicity and climb right back up the ladder the best that I can with the communication that best describes what I'm seeing, not necessarily listen to something that is telling me how to explain all of this. No, exactly what I'm seeing. It's pictorial. Okay. That's the mind's eye. That's why shamans' strongest tool is their imagination. And I figured that one out. Why too? While I was journeying last night, practicing journeying. Okay. All right, feminines. And it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. I feel this is why I ended up having to go in a sense of meditation, but a meditation that was perfect for me. And I was trying to do everything else, meditation, the way it was explained how you're supposed to meditate, and it just wasn't clicking. I had to go journeying my own path of meditation just for it to click. Honoring my own uniqueness, sense of authenticity. What did I know that that's what it really was, besides the fact of, well, I guess I'll just do this because I like it and I love it and it's going to be fun. And it was more fun than doing that. So feminine. Choosing to follow your heart. Yes. It's coming clear. Oh. You know, when some certain realizations come and you just kind of feel like all the whole load, the sticks, the burdens, the staves, you know, like the 9 of staves, 9 of wands, you know, carrying all of that, you know, not understanding quite yet, but almost to that castle, you know. And it's like when you really hit in that full awareness, like legitimately full awareness. Because sometimes we naturally will let down a burden because we'll hit a sense of forgiveness. And we can, you know, lessen ourselves with that energy, but the full circle, the full picture sometimes isn't revealed until there's more than just one scenario to show the cycle. And I feel that's why the biggest lesson in all of this is to be patient with yourself in the process, during the process, anything you're going through. Any situation, any tower moment, because, it will be revealed to you why, especially if you seek it out. Best bet, if you're one who seeks it out and have full truth, yeah, it will reveal itself. And I feel that this high priestess energy, this sense of hidden knowledge, the seer in the shaman deck, it's like revealing, to see the weave of a spider web. That's the meaning of my high priestess. This is, dude, unicorns, black mirror tarot. I'm telling you, man. I will get more and I will make this look freaking gorgeous. Unicorns, black mirror tarot. I'm going to be using this a lot. I mean, and for it to be, it's just feminines, it's so fascinating. And I am so grateful and thankful that I literally put a lot of effort into figuring out how to communicate this. Just to be able to spread it and give it to everyone else. Because sometimes it can be very, very painful. And to see the beauty and the gift and what you can do sometimes can be so hard. But that was the unclaimed property you found. Being able to see, like, the not even a pearl, but the diamond in the rough. And it says at the bottom that I wrote on there that this also, like, has an energy of, is his name is Ibby the Retriever. He's the number one like name that I remembered. I put the effort to remembering. But also it was like amazing when Mana like what's her name? But her channel was Mana or Mona. Mona. Yeah. And she only used this deck. And the energy of this deck, and she inspired me when it came to this deck. She really did. I greatly appreciate her. I'm trying to remember her name. She said it in the beginning every time too. That's what made me do it too. Okay. But the energy to this, the Ibby the Retriever, is hopes, wishes, and loyalty. And that's like seeing the weave of a spider's web with the dedication. And, you know, sometimes there are times where they have to fix their web, they have to remake their web, you know, the energy of Five of Cups, the energy of Eight of Cups, you know. Oh my gosh, I'm crying on YouTube. All right. And it's like, I'm wondering if this is the energy of rude awakening in a lighter aspect. Because I'm so used to actually journeying downwards, you know, into the lower world. And last night, I've only journeyed upward once to the well, they have two worlds. So they have the lower world and they have the ether world. And that's where the ascended masters are. That's where, you know, like kind of like Buddha in a sense. That's the vibrational world that they kind of like reside in. And the lower world is more of like your ancestors, is more of like your roots within your bloodline. You know, it's more like the spirits of the forest. That's what the lower world is. And it's interesting because I spent more time there because I felt actually more at home there. And then it was like I was actually afraid to venture up to the higher world because I was not sure what I was going to experience. And I was not even sure what I was even going to imagine because naturally, because when you do this, you like keep it as clear as possible, allow it to flow as you know, like no control. This is why I actually don't practice lucid dreaming, because I would much rather get messages than to try to, you know, force some kind of illusion or build some kind of illusion that's just kind of play to me. In my opinion, that's how I felt about it. So this way, in journaling, what I saw was like literally kind of like communication within the web of the dream realm. And so that's how I kind of tied all that together. Okay. Oh man, the feminines that are going to be watching this, y'all are probably some powerful people. Okay, so sudden shock of events here. This is the energy I was expressing overall. Making your wishes come true. This is the wishing well. This is 10 cents. Pin spirits. Okay. But what gets me is there's some kind of discernment about something. And what there's still a block on her name. she has expressed before, she has seen this as a 180 turn, and I'm like going one direction and then completely going another direction, like 90 turn, like, because it's a night. She's like in kind of almost like a 90 degree, but it's like she has, and to me it's felt like that too. You're going one direction, but then you completely turn and go a whole nother because something catches your attention and you're like, hold on now, I didn't know that was over there. So there's something after this sudden shock. There's someone coming in with an offer that is very trusting. This could be okay, because you end up getting information about an offer. That's why. This could be a love offer, but for some of you, this could be kind of like a work offer thing that literally kind of possibly turn your world literally from one way of being to a whole nother life. Like literally going, because you work so hard in this area just to kind of like create some kind of grounding in some area, okay? And then there's like some kind of information comes in, like maybe a message, something comes in, and it just completely, like, it keeps you, but it just changes everything else. Like, in a sense, kind of creates you more grounding. Oh, that's why your overall bottom of the deck energy over here is healing, the singers of healing, mind, body, and the soul. From feeling left out in the cold, kind of, you might be moving, feminines. Oh, that didn't want to show me that. Some kind of sneaky behavior about something. Also, maybe some kind of a sudden shock of events, possibly involving an earth sign, okay? Around abundance, involving abundance, building, following your heart, realizing either it's imaginary fears or just having realistic caution, but someone is going to end up getting an Ace of Cups here, because this Ace of Cups has been in the energy for feminines, I don't know how long. I mean, trust, joy, and patience. I feel as if there's also inside your own homing with yourself, some Ace of Cups within you, your heart, and it's like your forces, all of your forces, all of that you team up with in the spiritual plane, to team up with, in a sense, with yourself in your tangible plane. Okay, so it's connecting the two and allowing its own sense of fulfillment, destiny, and completions to happen. That's why I feel there's like this Nine of Staves, okay, with the King of Cups. So as you come into this Ace of Cups with yourself, I feel this other person is going to come into this Ace of Cups as well. Both of you are mirroring this energy. There was a time of rest. There was a death to possibly like an auspicious beginning with a Knight of Cups, some kind of love offer. And it's either was a death to a situation with this, or it was downloads about this kind of energy of like a love offer coming in with birth of growth, joy, hope, and new beginnings. Downloads about that. This is interesting. Okay. The middle of your... Okay. I just saw tower moment energy. That's what that kind of like gave me a realization of, or someone, I would be careful with a tree. Because that kind of came in my head. And I trust that, because why would I even be thinking about that besides the fact that's exactly what it looked like, and it hit my mouse. And it's by a dream catcher little teaspoon that I have, so it could possibly happen at night. Oh my gosh. So be wary possibly of any feminines out there that have your own like house, maybe a car. I would be wary about maybe any trees, because this is coming in way heavy. Yeah, be wary about any trees. We are still in, I believe we are kind of still in hurricane season. So I would be wary about that. I don't see it here in any kind of card reading, but everything happens for a reason. So I can't just ignore that because of thinking it's irrelevant. I'm in the middle of a card reading. Why would I just happen to, no, no, there's no coincidences. It is a message. I'm going to trust it because I trust in myself. Transcendence and metamorphosis, nurturing and trusting yourself, because you have nurturement under that. And really playing with the everyday blessings that you are being able to really come into realization with. Some of you, there's possibly a death in the family. My condolences, because that is one of the cards that I got all the time before my grandma died. So the Four of Swords is always a sense of, some is rest, but someone being laid to rest. So I'm sorry for laughing. I'm like Kitty off of the 70s show. Some things give me a nervous laugh. So I apologize if that offended anyone. Yeah. See? Okay, because there's some kind of like sunken treasure, discovery of self, and jumping into like an adventure with the self. You hear them crows, y'all. They want to be in the video. Because they're distracting me. I just have to talk about them because oh man, and they herd around someone, or they give respects to when they die. One of their kind dies. Wow, they're being okay. When one of their kind dies, they do that, and they kind of like give like a ceremony of their own kind that dies. It's very interesting. I found a video about it on Facebook. I know you can't believe everything in Facebook, but at the same time, I've had another incident where that's kind of actually happened around me. And I was actually in a sense of a death energy within my self and my emotions. So it's actually kind of proven itself to me. So you may end up behind this. This shows to me that some of you may have like a sunken treasure of some sort that's going to be revealed to you. Possibly of like maybe an inheritance of something, and it's going to be like revealed to you, like it's found or something like that. And because it's like discovery of self and adventure, or adventuring out because of something, a death, possibly maybe a relationship of the family, or taking a rest, coming out of, no, because this Four of Swords is clarifying this. Maybe just during rest, you found some sunken treasure, about to venture out. Okay, so this Earth sign, King of Pentacles, someone that you may be dealing with has maybe been in like an energy of possibly confusion, weighing out options, looking at the sense of possibly many possibilities, but they have an energy also behind them of like fast action. And that's the main energy wrapped around this. So this King of Pentacles possibly was in an energy of sneaky behavior. They end up with a rude awakening and go in an energy of like slow and steady wins the race towards a wish with a sapphire blue energy. Okay, feminines, this is coming towards you, but you're going through kind of like a blessing of like understanding some kind of heart pain to allow you to, like, in a sense of destroying this, to be able to help you to have a clear force of manifestation, okay? Because you have this heart pain here, okay? This Three of Swords. And then you have this Magician. But behind that, this is clarifying this. You have the Soul Shrinker. So this is the energy you probably were in most of your life, had to deal with most of your life, because you could have been this energy. If you didn't go through what you went through, you would have been an energy like this, because it would have been all you kind of knew in a way, but it also possibly like in some way, this is kind of the energy that was also in you, and you are cleansing that out, okay? This is why you went through certain heart pains. You wanted to make sure this was cleansed out of you, and it was like, well, you kind of have to go through this for this to really be realized and cleansed out. This is why certain traumas were actually very important in your life, okay, feminines? Because if you didn't go through it, you would have never realized or received or feel or actually come to a sense of wisdom and understanding about what this energy is, how it is this energy, and then why it will be cleared out and how it is being cleared out, so you don't have to worry about you being in that cycle for the rest of your life. You're reprogramming that. Okay, that's what the whole old programming's reprogramming thing is. Okay. Now please take what resonates, leave the rest, because some people have like definitely see things differently, but going through this, being a sense of a soul healer myself, I started with myself and kind of played outward with the energy with other people, gave little here and there, kind of like observe, watch, see what happens, see what kind of growth they may be hit. And telling you, this stuff's real. Like, for real. Like, it'll hit you in heart space fast, and then it'll hit you in heart space with so much happiness fast. And those of you that has hit a lot of conclusions in your cycles, I can't even feel your energy. Like, no joke. Like, some of this was really freaking heavy. Yeah, but you're being able to release this and transcend into a whole new kind of way of nurturing yourself, having more of a full understanding about how to nurture, the way you are and your energy and yourself in a very compassionate way with yourself, and being able to do it with others because of how you know how to express it now. It's a little bit different than just kind of like practicing something to try to be something, and instead of that, it's like having a realization about something as you're trying to practice it and coming full conclusion with it, and then really being able to honor it. So it's like coming into a whole new level and perspective with it. Man, I'm so glad I decided to go do what I needed to do and not do Feminine's reading till now. Oh man, Feminines. This is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely amazing. I mean, like, congratulate yourself, Feminines. Like, like, clap. Look at how far you went. Look at how far you came. Look at how many conclusions you were able to come into and really fulfill your heart and be able to have the strength to keep your heart on your sleeve. And for some of you, I mean, like, you really honored the aspect of love. It's freaking crazy. And you took that pain and you manifested it into like some hello diamonds. I mean, hello precious stones. Like, not just diamond. I mean, you made precious stones because they're unique. They're all different. You made some amazing precious stones within their souls, man. Huh. That lights my heart up. That lights my heart up, the possibilities of what I do with with my own expressions and experiences for other people. It's just so heartwarming and so beautiful. Oh man, but sometimes can be so heavy. It honestly feels like I can remember, Feminine, being a little girl in kind of like a daycare like thing, watching Sailor Moon, thinking like, I'm like Sailor Moon. I want to be like Sailor Moon, you know? Like, and then all being obsessed with unicorns, and I was like, unicorns grant wishes. Unicorns are real. I don't care what anyone else says. Someone told me one time unicorns aren't real, and you know what? I remember this. I swear with all my soul, I remember saying this. I looked up into the clouds as a kid, and I said, no, they are real. They're just hiding in the clouds. I believed they made the clouds. I remember thinking that in my head. They make the clouds. And I remember, I mean, I adored that about myself. It was when I chose a name, that's why. Because when I was a kid, that's what I believe, no matter who told me differently. And so that's what I decided to become. That's how I got my name Unicorn. And that's how I actually know how to place the levels of respect with people. Because it's like, yeah, whatever, that's my government name. That's what I was given when I was born. But at the same time, that's not what resonates with me and my soul, you know? Me and my soul and the person I decided to create. I gave her the name Unicorn, and I want to respect her. I want to, you know, I don't force other people to do it because I understand how it sounds. But then don't expect me not to judge how much I want that person in my life. You know, I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to honor my own energy. If I want to be someone and really honor it, I'm allowed to do that. And I'm allowed to literally have boundaries up against certain people that won't respect it. And I feel that's what you're really rooting your roots and your feet in, and creating a sense of grounding with. I feel it's personally important to the heart, you know? If that's who you believe you are, and all our lives are is just an illusion, in a sense of what you truly want to believe in and what you believe becomes your truth, then why not believe in anything you want to believe in that brings you joy? Why not? Just because other people tell you it's not right, just because other people, if you're trying to hurt other people, please, by all means, don't use this. You are not allowed to use this to help you to hurt people. I don't think so. Just to put that out there. No, don't hurt other people. This is self-healing. This is evolving. This is going from the depths of despair and anger and becoming like a light being, an essence of unity in life and growth and harmony, you know, harmony with everyone, harmony with everything. Even if you have to put boundaries of, okay, this is enough time, this is kind of like the space that I need, you know, with this. So honor those energies, honor the energies of your heart that you feel, and the resonance in certain things. Like some things will give me the goosebumps. Like I'll listen to a reading and it feels like I just had two hands pressed on my shoulders and I just felt goosebumps all through my body, like kind of like a shiver. And I knew at that point that it was not just a message for me, but it was my ancestors or my guide, specific guide that is there for me, putting their hands on me saying, this is exactly what we want to say. You know, this is what, if we could say it and speak it with words and it not freak somebody out or something, because maybe that's why you pay attention to signs more than kind of other things. Maybe that's why you're better at, you can hear things and it's not as much what you feel to put things together. You know, mine is more of what I feel, more of what I see. You know, mine is more of like, it's not in a sense of communication through my ears, but yet I can communicate what I'm feeling. I can communicate what I'm seeing. And it took a lot of work to understand how sometimes to communicate specific things of what I'm seeing, because it's like I'm giving you a description of a picture, you know, and that can be taken anyway, because, you know, it's no different than one of my drawings, you know. For you, it can mean a whole bunch of different things that it meant differently to me. You know, I was like, it would be a whole new story, you know, and that what was meant for you to resonate with. And that's how a shaman's imagination is their greatest tool, because, and also what you manifest when it comes to your thoughts, and you pay attention on how you see things. What you imagine is what is going on in your soul. What you imagine, how you imagine things. Maybe you imagine something scary coming towards you. Well, maybe it's some kind of tower moment coming towards you that's giving you some kind of dark night of the soul resolution, And that's why it's scary, because it's going to feel pain. You're going to feel a sense of sorrow, And that all then heals and brightens you up and brings you in a level of oneness with yourself and understanding why. Because I want to know why. I want to understand why. I want the wisdom behind it. Maybe this is exactly how we ended up with, old wise women, the cunning ones. But, yeah. All right, feminines, we're going to go ahead and close ourselves out with my winged enchantment, some of my reading, me reading words. What can we get for our feminine collective out there that are listening with their heart, their soul, through their healing, their journey, and in their path towards really being able to honor their higher selves within that they are. Giveaway. Damn, I'm going to take that one too. Holy cow. All right, you ended up with 3. Wow, I'm so spiritual with y'all. I'm more spiritual with the feminines than I really am the masculines. I'm like more kind of like straight to the point with the masculines. Maybe I should look at that. I should probably look at that within myself, Or maybe that's kind of like how I feel they may get it in a sense of, or maybe that's just kind of how I, what? Yep, that one needs to be looked in with me. All right, you ended up with wow. Holy cow. We were talking about freaking shamanism, and then you end up with a freaking shaman bird in my winged enchantment. Holy cow. The condor. Look up what the condor is. It's a crazy bird. The freaking thing is huge. It's like a vulture or a, what do they call them? Like, whatever, like vulture or whatnot, but it's like the biggest one. Like, there's a bunch of like, a bunch more meaning behind it, but it's, yeah, I would definitely look it up because it's really interesting and cool. And then you have the pelican after that. And what's one of the crazy things about a pelican is they will rip open their chest and feed their young their own flesh if they can't, I believe from what I read, if they can't find food or something like that, they will like take apart themselves and feed their young if they can't find, I think if they can't find food, but I wouldn't quote me on that one. But I know it is the pelican that does that though. And then there's this feather. There's a message that is definitely coming your way, and I feel that you feel it coming. It's a very important message. It feels like an ace, and from what I've been seeing a lot, it's an ace of pentacles, so this could possibly involve your work, okay? So you may be being able to really some kind of maybe offer of a huge foundation of some sort in your work. But that's what I'm feeling and seeing, because you also have all of these kind of connective things all around, and it's interesting because it would end up being kind of like this. The pelican would be like the ether, and then the condor would be like the underworld. I don't like saying that. Ether and Zenith. Zenith and Nadir. So I don't know any other name but Zenith, and then I know Ether. But for the lower world, that's what it is. Lower world, that's the term they use in the shaman books, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I know y'all been waiting to see. Okay. And this would be the aspect of the lower world. And this is like the aspect of the ether. So I found this very, very interesting. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and read. This is the giveaway. And I'm pretty sure that's what reading. The crows are gone. So if you have something that resonates in your heart when it comes to crows, I would probably replay that around that time when the crows came in. All right, feminines. Giveaway. You break it, you bought it. Oh, I know the lesson in this one because of the last sentence. And I've been really resonating with the very last sentence about this. Is it possible that you've been whole all along but lack the loving eyes to see it? Is it possible that you've been whole all along but lack the loving eyes to see it? Like you were able to have the loving eyes to see it in other people, but you had a hard time in having the loving eyes to see it within yourself, I feel, because you had so much confusion possibly around your sense of conclusions with people, possibly, and ties. I felt like it was there's this, this egg here, this kind of the butterfly coming out of the cocoon thing, it's clouded, you're still drying out, the dragon hasn't quite bit its tail, yeah. For every action you take, there is a reaction, a cost that must be measured with balance and replacement. Where your world is concerned, the action must measure the fragility of the item and the realization that there is only one, unique and irreplaceable. When we are young, we often go to the big pawn shops in the sky and we trade something priceless for what we think we want. Years later, it's common to go back when you're desperately in need of what we gave away to see if we can get it back. But it was sold long ago and forever. We lose family, talents, loves, and ideas in the great exchange, but we don't think about how selling out eventually breaks us into pieces. On the other hand, if what you sold could be redeemed, who would be the redeemer? If the cost is a broken you, is the redemption a restored you? Is it possible that you've been whole all along but lacked the loving eyes to see it? Oh, I get that. Okay. I actually get that better now. I'm going to read the last 3 sentences, okay? Because there's a tie with all of that. And with the big kind of like, if you trade something priceless for what we think we want, and then like the full picture kind of comes into realizing that was actually what we wanted, but now we can't get it back. On the other hand, if what you sold could be redeemed, who would be the redeemer? If the cost is a broken you, is the redemption a restored you? So if you got it back, is it a sense of a restored you, or would it still be a broken you? Would it fix anything? Is it possible that you've lacked and been lacking the loving eye, or been whole all along, but lack the loving eyes to see that maybe that what you kind of lost, never really made you whole? And so now you're actually coming more into the realization of wholeness and harmony within yourself because of the realization of not being able to get that back, or kind of like the energy of being left out in the cold, or the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, I'm pretty sure that is. It's like the being left out in the cold, but it's also an energy of not being able to turn back, having to go into a new direction no matter what, because that door has been slammed shut and locked. There's no going back to that. In a sense of also the or in the sense of okay. Next one. 22. Spirit's Pathfinder. Okay. Life is a journey shrouded by a veil of uncertainty. Its path stretched elusively before you. As you live your journey, it is your faith in the spirit, in your soul, that is the catalyst and the torch that moves you, or in your heart, I would say. It says spirit, but it's your own spiritual. So that's what I feel a draw more to say. Your own true spiritual essence inside yourself, whatever really resonates with you, that's personally how I feel some of these cards kind of, in my opinion, kind of should, in a way, should be worded, because this is how you have to believe it to be it, and I'm like, oh, you believe what you want to be what you want. Oh my goodness, I love myself. Okay. That is the catalyst and the torch that moves you forward and lights your way, not the way, your way. And then it says, fortunately, okay, it reminds me of a feeling of unfortunately, like fortunately, like it's some kind of miracle that, I don't know. Maybe I should not. This is why some things I kind of skip, and I'm just like, it's just not how I feel about it. And this is my own channel. And whoever doesn't agree with me, I guess they'll just not watch, And those that kind of I'm hitting point with, they're like, okay. It's got to be entertaining for those that, really hit home with a lot of things that I say, And if you don't, I apologize. I don't mean to sound, I don't mean to be or really sound cutting or harsh in any way or downing. And if I offend anyone, I greatly am sorry, especially the person that, made these cards. I really love these cards, or I wouldn't use these cards. Some things I may, oh, that's the one I can't. That's from the last unicorn. And I actually can't mute it. The last unicorn. Okay. Yeah, I love that movie. that was like where my inspiration came from, to have like the sun and moon, the union of masculine and feminine on my forehead. Because when she turned human, she had the star on her forehead and she had white hair and she was beautiful. And wow, we can see where a lot of my inspiration came from. Okay. I didn't read this one yet. Yeah, I did, because I went, fortunately, life lives in all of us. Essence of life. Everything that's connected. The universe lives within all of us. Yeah. Universe. That's personally what I would feel. The Pathfinder Shaman walks the trail before you, lending his hand in the form of extraordinary symbols. But this shaman is frightening at first. See, and that's very interesting sense of like experience that happens quite a bit. And it's not that they're frightened by the shaman. It's interesting because they're more frightened about what the shaman may reveal to them. I think I just understood myself a little more. Okay, because you are not sure what he is presenting to you. What is he carrying? What is he carrying? A cross? If that doesn't resonate, what would? And see, I love that. Perhaps a lightning bolt or a beautiful clay pot. What are your symbols? What is the central tree or post of your foundation? I love that. The Pathfinder stands in the physical, but is overcome with the beauty of the universe. He offers all of his wisdom to you to go deeply within to find that blue sky, your center. Okay. And now we have time. I apologize for the glares. Time. The doorway. Life can be a melody of delight. When the painting of your path begins to fray within your own lodge of thought, shift your mind's eye to that of a placid sea. See the brilliant path of silver moonlight that comes across the winter to bring you safely home. Let the clarity of the light fill you with radiant colors as you surround yourself with the protection of the ancestors. See, some of these I'm just like, yes. This is the time of your becoming. What wonders do you dream of for yourself? Or what wonders do you allow kind of a sense of imagination to run wild with and allow yourself to live that illusion, because it's not truly an illusion. Kind of what I had a thought about last night was the mask you wear, or what some people say when you are not being fully authentic, when you're being your best, because there's always flaws, or feeling like you are not your full self because of the flaws and you're just putting on a show, like make it till you, or fake it till you make it type of thing. And it's like, if you are trying to be your best self and want to be your best self always, which is this sense of healing, is it truly fake? It depends, because if you are suppressing the pain and trying to put on a face, that makes it a mask, that makes it fake. Healing, in a way, that makes it fake upon yourself, with yourself. Now, if you're kind of like, in a sense of staying strong through certain things, and it's like, well, I'm just kind of, having a little bit rough, like that gives a strength in your communication, because then you don't feel kind of like the double-edged sword fake upon yourself. And so when you're your best self always and looking at things more positively, that kind of view shift in a way that resonates with you, that you can believe, not something far out that seems like you're just faking it till you make it, and then it's like your soul never believes it. But that, and also that extent is not actually real. You're not going to get that, so it doesn't make that real, nor is it become a part of your reality. It becomes an actual real illusion, the real illusion. So if you are just being happy with yourself and being fully authentic with yourself, does that truly make it an illusion? It really doesn't. Even if you're, especially if you're taking on certain harsh qualities about yourself, really self-checking, allowing yourself to kind of feel answers to maybe questions that people ask before you answer, and you answer in a light-hearted way, a very compassionate way, instead of, being bluntly truthful, because sometimes I feel some bluntly truthfuls isn't even really full truth. It's just kind of being bluntly harsh. And it's like you can put more effort into it and make it compassionate sounding. Does that really make it, inauthentic? No. That makes you more compassionate and kind, to be willing to make the truth a pillow and not a rock you just throw someone's head. Oh my gosh, I love myself. The way I do this is great. And whoever keeps watching, man, y'all just probably all over this because you're right there all the time. And sometimes I wonder what is even going through your head, half the things I'm even saying, because you're always there, right on point. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the reading. Okay. Well, yeah, I already did that. Now we're going into Condor. All right, sweet. Let's go into Condor. I love reading Condor anyway. Let's see. Okay. I am Condor, the great alchemist with wings. I am the order of the cosmos. I am that which devours. When life perishes, I will remove it. If something has ceased to be, I will give it new form. I am the shaman of death and the soul of renewal. I am your lingering clue that something must go. You need to look at life from the shadows and see how everything connects. You must accept that many things are beyond human understanding. There is change, there is transformation, there is death. In this, the alchemy of time and the way of the universe, I will not give you all of the answers, but will offer circumstances to heighten what you already know. If it is my lessons you seek, look around. Death is everywhere, with the red dawn of metamorphosis close behind. Stop running from change and let something die its death. Stop lingering where there is no hope. Let life be renewed as it needs to. You are transforming. You are resurrection. You are acceptance. And you are Condor. Yeah. Someone made a decision. The lovers fell upside down. Someone made a decision. I am Pelican. Oh, I'm going to show you Pelican again. Pelican. I am Pelican, the bridge of the head and the heart. Wow. I am careful observation. I am planning with room for negotiation. I am the skills you need to reach the goals at hand. I am unfiltered determination. I am the use of team dynamics. Your outlook is too heavy. Your viewpoint too restricted. What you require is a greater adaptability. I am the release of expectation. I am the effortless flow of one thing to another. I am your need to let things unfold and take the best catch. You may have stepped in your own way. You may well be tripping over your own feet. Stay focused, but do not lose sight of the bigger picture. You will always find what you seek. You will always find what you seek. You are positive and productive. You are effortless and quizzing. You are abundant in resources. You are pelican. Wow. Oh, I'm going to read Raven because it's right here. Those were crows, but you also did have a raven. Okay. I am Raven. I am the deep magic from the north and the ancient connection between you and the immortal. I am proof that your world is changing. You are missing the hidden threads that bind your experience. You are coming into the hidden threads that bind your experience. There are great things at work. There are manifestations at your feet. I want to help you see the magic and teach you how to use it. I am the bird that transport you from one realm to the next. I am the portal granting you access from the solid grounds of earth. I am that which appears from nothing. There is no greater power than your own will to sustain your vision. When you see me coming down from the lonely mountainside, it is time to take the reins. I may appear only once, so grab the chance when you see it. Take your whims and ground them. Take your futility and shatter it to pieces. Okay. futility, futility. I will eventually understand that. Stop accepting the cosmos or the chaos. I'm sorry. Stop accepting the chaos around you. I'm allowing your energy to dissipate and give it form and substance. You are a magician. Heck yeah, feminines, look at that. You had the magician card out here. You have the magician card out here. Yes. You are the missing piece of the puzzle. What? You are connectivity. You are Raven. All right, feminines. Before I lose my mind anymore. Oh, hold on. I want to show you my Totoro. I want to do the Totoro card. I want to do Totoro. I'm going to see what I can get for you for Totoro. What messages can we get for our feminines? What messages would you like to say with our feminines? Oh, and I got Sailor Moon ones coming too. Just waiting on them. Ooh, stay close. You got two more. You got stay close, union, stay close, union, and family. Huh. Okay, what I feel from this, feminines, if you're really close to union, you're staying close. I feel in your trust and belief in what you're feeling, because you're feeling it. And then like the union happens, and then it's like I feel like you and this person's gonna talk about like being serious, like family, like everything, possibly things of the past if you know them from the past. I mean, everything. Like it's going to be like the wish, and trust your wish just came true, you know. And you might feel a little mind blown, but know that this, yeah, okay, you will feel it in your heart. if you don't feel it in your heart, like make your heart kind of like, sometimes it can be painful too. It like kind of hurts, you know, feel it in your heart. Trust that. If you feel it down here, be wary. Those I've noticed are like red flag feelings. This are like confirmation, love, like with yourself, like confirmation, like that's for you. You know, it's like your heart going, that's for you. So trust your wish. Because if it makes your heart go, oh, it hurts. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it right there. You know, if it's kind of here and it's like, you know, there's probably a lesson in it. So don't take it with a Knight of Pentacles energy, okay? Because some could be going in a new beginning and you're just not sure. So take it with a Nine of Pentacles energy, okay? Because you want to be sure before you commit, so you don't feel like a Nine of Swords, or not. Well, a Nine of Swords is the result, you know. So you don't feel like an Eight of Swords and become an energy of a Nine of Swords, okay? Because we for sure don't want that. All right, feminines, I love you. Thank you so much for watching me. And don't forget to share. You never know who else that this message will greatly be able to help. If you like the content, please like my video. And if you would like to be notified of my of when I go live, just hit the notification bell. If you would like a personal reading from me, I have the information in the description box below. If you would like Unicorns Black Mirror Tarot, I have a link below that you can place kind of like a pre-order, because I'm gonna have to make them. So kind of place like a pre-order. Email me if you would like. My email is down below, so that can make it easier for contact. All right, and I hope y'all have a beautiful day. Goodbye, feminines.